Greetings, my lovely pumpkins and howlets. Welcome back to the Eternal Labyrinth. Unfortunately, I will not be proceeding to the rest of my introduction in this video because today I'm going to be making a video on what had happened yesterday. And that being, I discovered that I became a victim to copyright infringement, plagiarism, and art theft. So, my OC, that is called Frankie, or also known as Chain Sorrow, my representation of my online persona, my personal property, was used and illegally sold and distributed without my permission or otherwise my consent to using my said representation of my personal online image. And this person who was trying to sell my OC was trying to claim ownership of my property so that way they can go ahead and make an illegal sell of a character that is legally under my name and not theirs. The sale of my property is not going to be tolerated. I do not take this very lightly. This shit I take seriously. I have no plans on selling my artwork, my OCs, or anything that I have commissioned from other artists. Any ideas of purchasing or me selling my OCs and my IPs is never going to happen. So, with the current artwork that I personally have made, as well as what I have commissioned, but most of all, this one in particular, the sale of my OC Frankie, this particular OC was a birthday gift, a surprise birthday gift, mind you, from a dear friend by the name of Scarlett. You've probably seen them online posting some of their own artworks, their commissioned art of their OCs. Yes, he commissioned the same artist that we both have commissioned to do a line art, something that he paid for. And then later down the line, when I was able to afford it, I later commissioned said artist to do the colorization and finalization form of my OC. So that way it can finally come to life because, mind you, as you can see in the background here, my OC is similar to my Code Vein model. And also, it is in description, concept, and overall design is entirely under my name because I did use the character customization model program from Code Vein and Breeders of the Nephilim to kind of help give people a general idea of what my character looks like. And through the art commission from the same artist that we both made, this artist did such an amazing and immaculate job in creating Chain Sorrow, but in the form of 2D art or 2D digital art. That OC now belongs and has been belonging under my name legally. So, aside from this OC being mine, I'm going to go ahead and make a comparison between the original art as well as the stolen art that you can see here on both sides of me, or on the left side to me. You can see the difference. The bottom portion has the missing artist's name, as well as some additional detail that the artist put into there as a type of precautionary effort to avoid any kind of illegal copyright infringement, plagiarism, or art theft. But unfortunately, since it is at the bottom, it was easily cropped out. And as for like any other OCs or IPs that I own, I will be showing them during this entire video. So here's this one, here is this one, and this one, along with the many others that are being provided and shown in this video. Some of them are going to have to be censored because they are a bit on the naughty side. So don't mind any of that. As long as it's censored, it won't cause any kind of trouble whatsoever. So how I discovered that my OC was stolen and being used and sold as an adoptable was through this server called The Basement. I don't know too much about it. All I know is the name and that it belongs to a particular streamer. So far, there are 2 streamers that own a server called The Basement from what my friend knows of. And mind you, I'm not going after these owners or these Discord owners who ended up helping and allowing certain permissions in sharing art in a specific channel, as well as the promotion and sale of adoptables. So what is an adoptable? An adoptable is an anime, furry, or cartoon character that can be legally sold as an IP to own. It doesn't matter if it's female, a humanoid anthropomorphic character, or just a cartoonish variant of any concept and design of a particular artist. And for those of you who are asking what an IP is, an IP is a term for intellectual property, a form of legal ownership in regards to an artistic concept, design, character, or any form of art commission that has OCs for from adoptables to just your own character design. This also follows in with like a type of branding or a form of identity over on the internet, social media, or personal image. And for those of you that might be curious, can anyone sell or use an IP of someone else's copyright? No, they cannot sell anyone else's OCs, art design, branding, IPs. They're not allowed to sell it. That legal right belongs to the original and current owners or owner of a specific IP or copyright in regards to, again, art, character design, character concept design, etc. Anything that has to do with legal ownership, no one else is allowed to sell. Anyone caught selling or using someone else's IP or anything that has to do with an IP or copyright is legal to a DMCA, copyright infringement claim, as well as being on the receiving end to a cease and desist or much worse. And that much worse thing could be a liability of being sued by the original owners of the following stolen art, digital art, music, anything that has to do with a particular kind of patent or stolen property. So again, this person is a scammer. He has been trying to sell not only my OC, my IP, my artwork that I have commissioned or bought from an artist. He's been trying to sell this OC illegally. The legal ramifications that can be taken, again, are copyright infringement, DMCA, a cease and desist. You can reach out to send these three out, but the fourth one, you can and should be within your legal right to sue the art thief and the scammer. So the current issues that I have at the moment in regards to like gathering information about this person, let's just say, unfortunately, there really wasn't much that I can go off on because the scammer and art thieves tracks were somewhat covered. And what I mean by that is they removed a post that this person made, as you've seen earlier in the video, from the original artwork to the stolen artwork that was changed up through editing and calling it an adoptable. So that particular OC, again, was posted in this server's group chat, which is a particular kind of Discord server that does art share and possibly another one that does adoptables for sale. Yeah, this person's post was immediately deleted upon being reported by the same friend who ended up commissioning and as well as letting me know that my art was stolen. Fortunately enough, but at the same time, unfortunately enough, the person did get banned, but without giving any type of specifications of who they are, from presenting a username, any other forms of socials and social media, as well as being provided an email that could have easily been reported by and to the current owner of said Discord, along with the admins and moderators of said server. The other issues I will bring about that kind of contradicted the whole premise of owning a server is the fact that if somebody is caught committing any kind of illegal behavior, any kind of harassment, such as stalking, stolen property, or the sale of stolen property, the illegal use of someone's image or brand, anything like that was specified earlier, those should be within like a type of TOS or a type of rule setting in the server that you are not allowed to do. But unfortunately, when it came down to the whole situation that this streamer server is, for some reason, they have a strict rule of do not message, do not contact, do not DM the owners of the server, do not DM or contact the admins or moderators, and again, do not mention them in the server to make such report, even if you want an audience with them to gather further information to damn the scammer and art thief, but as well as for like the other things that I just mentioned that are incriminating in their own ways, such as illegal acts, behavior, harassment. It just sounds like they'll ignore it. I'm not here to defame or come after this server, but I'm just gonna go ahead and explain my concerns and my worries, but most of all, my distrust of this server. Again, I'm not here to defame them. Again, the server, the basement, whoever it is that owns it, I would like to get in contact with you to further gather information on this art scammer. And again, if he has sold any of my IPs, my OCs, anything that is in regard to my ownership, I would like to gather any kind of evidence, all the material to further damn this person, as well as take him to court if he has sold anything of mine. Because again, I want to take legal action against this person so that way I can make a copyright infringement claim on this person, send a DMCA their way, but most of all, a cease and desist, so that way they do not continue to use my image or anything that has to do with my intellectual property. And again, if they're able to help me with that, then please, I'd very much appreciate that and would very much thank you for your help. The other issue that I'm going to bring up here is that when I tried finding out, seeing if my likeness, my OC, was being sold online from Twitter, DeviantArt, Fur Affinity, YHC Commissions, which is a big site that actually promotes a lot of adoptables, and hell, even Instagram or any other form of social media that I tried looking up to pursue further information gathering, documentation, to once again take legal action. There's not much that I was able to do at the moment from yesterday to today, other than just me recording to making this video. I will go ahead and say to those who have fallen for the scam, this illegal sale of my art, my IP, they won't receive much sympathy from me because they aided in the sale and purchasing of my IP illegally. And no, they cannot claim entitlement to my OCs whatsoever, nor will they be able to claim any sort of imaginative or otherwise fake and false sense of ownership of my property. Because again, that right there is my IP there. If you purchased a fake variant of it, that is on you. I'm not sharing, nor am I willing to split 50-50 with anyone of my own personal property, whether it's digital, physical, or otherwise online. Again, everything regarding to me is both on the internet, over on my PCs, my hard drives, as well as my physical person. And if someone who has fallen for this scam with the involvement of my OCs, please report it, take screenshots of it, just to gather further evidence in, again, damning the scammer and otherwise known as the art thief, because that will also put pressure on this person so that way he knows full well that he is being monitored, he's being watched on all forms of his social media to his email. And if I can get a court order against this person, then that will definitely help indefinitely. So I'm also gonna say it this way: to the fucking retarded bastard who actually tried selling my OCs, my characters illegally, again, I will DMCA you. I will make a copyright infringement claim against you, and I will make certain to send over a cease and desist over to you legally. But if you were very unwise and have been selling my OCs to a lot of other people of my personal IPs, my digital and otherwise physical and online property that has to do anything with my ownership, I will be taking you to court and suing you. And if the court grants me a sum amount of my choosing in this case that I'm able to sue for or to sue you for, then yes, you are kind of fucked. But it also depends, because certain courts in certain states, certain countries, only allow a certain amount of money to be sent over to the victim of infringement, copyright claim. They will only allow a certain offer based on what said courts, the states, the countries, depending on where this is being taken, and it'll be in my ballpark. It really depends on the legal actions that the court can take against you, whether or not it's an amount that I can ask for or a preset amount that is made in a certain legal distribution of some kind. So the basis of what is going to be given, what is going to be taken from you, given to me, I should say, and what's going to be taken from you, really depends on the basis of what the court firmly believes that a victim should be compensated for. In other words, be prepared. Other than that, I will go ahead and leave this video on this. Just everyone be safe out there. Look up all forms of social medias when it comes to adoptables, art commissions, anything that has to do with a supposed artist. check out all of their social medias to confirm that these people are legit. Otherwise, you will fall into a type of scam where you find out you are not an owner of certain characters, IPs, or any other forms of art that are legally owned by someone else. And I'm sorry to say, but for those of you who fall for these scams, again, you won't receive much sympathy from me if it involves my IPs. So please just be safe out there. Don't do anything dumb and immediately throw money at somebody. Do thorough background checks online if the person is willing to not only give their usernames or their personal names for their attempts or means of selling art, then yes, ask for it. But if it's only usernames that they'll offer, take that and look up online. Other than that, yeah, just stay safe out there and think twice as to who you're commissioning or who you're buying adoptables from in terms of, yes, artwork. So without further ado, take care, have a lovely day, have a lovely afternoon, have a lovely night, wherever the hell you lovely pumpkins and howlets are. I'll see you next time in the next stream or next video. Either way, take care and good night. But as for that dumb motherfucker who tried stealing from me, yeah, go fuck yourself. And be prepared, because as soon as I find out who you are, I am taking you to court.